I've heard is that I heard that they're more easygoing, but they're less offended. But I heard that in Melbourne that it's getting a bit more woke. Is that true?
Oh, Melbourne is like, yeah, well, this year for us, like, normally I go from Perth, where you can still say retard and faggot on stage. Not that I say them anyway, but I'm saying like that's what you can do. And then you go to Melbourne, you can't say nothing. But I think funny's funny, really, to be honest. If you're funny enough, you can make people laugh. Like, I mean, for example, this year I got fired off a pub crawl because I got a record level of complaints, whatever the fuck that means. There was like they brought me out from I was in America at the fucking mothership in Austin, Texas, doing whatever the fuck I wanted there. Fucking retard faggot saying everything. Like you know what I mean? Like it's fucking Texas. They don't give a shit. Then I went straight to Melbourne and I got a bit woke and I guess I didn't gauge it properly. I was still jet lagged. And but I still think I'm in the right here. I literally it was hosting this pub crawl, so I host it, and you take them to four different stops, and there's a different comedian in each venue. So you do like 10, 10, 10, and then the comedian does 20. So you're with them for like 3.5 hours, and they're just getting drunk and drunk as they go along. Obviously, some of them have rocked up bevied already. So I go on to I open the show like the first one there. I was meant to be doing six of them, like two every weekend. They gave me a comment, they paid me and all that. This was the first one. I only lasted fucking one of them. Some guy comes in with a beer, he's late, and he's like, do you want some beer? And I'm like, nah, I'm all right, lad. And he had a Stella. I said, I don't drink white beer. And then I was like, because that's what we call it. And then I was like, oh no, I'm only messing. He doesn't beat his wife. He's clearly gay, whatever, whatever. Then riffing some more crowd work. Like 7 minutes later, some woman out of the shadows, because I couldn't see the crowd, it was all dark. She goes, don't be making jokes about beating women. And I was like, I didn't know what she was on about. I was like, what are you on about? Like, it took me like a minute. I was like, oh no, Stella, that's just what we call a drink back home, the wife beater, the same as what they call singlets in Australia or whatever. And I was like, oh no, that's what we call it, whatever, whatever. So then we do the rest of the crawl. It's sound like I'm making jokes, being like, oh, hopefully I don't crowd work this woman by accident. All that. It's going well. Then on the last stop, these fucking birds must have been like bevied up. They had like they would been drinking for 3 hours. They got a bit of Dutch courage now, and they all sat in the front row and they're just fucking going at me like you're not funny, you're not funny, you fucking beat women, all that sort of stuff. I'm like, what the fuck is going on here? Like it was 3 hours earlier. I made that one joke about Stella just calling her a wife beater. So I'm like, what the fuck? I'm like, all right, whatever. I'm roasting them, getting the crowd to boo them, saying you can leave if you want, doing all the tricks, you know what I mean? To do for you to leave. So I bring George Zach on. He does 20 minutes. It's all right. The mic's fucked, but it's all right. And then I go back on stage and they're just still going me. And I'm like, I'm a comedian, but I'm still a man at the end of the day. And like, so I was like, all right. I put the mic down on the chair. I was like, my job's finished now. I'm not a comedian. I'm just a civilian. I'm just gonna go at these fucking bitches. So I was like, you look like the fat girl from Baby Reindeer. You look like Ursula from Little Mermaid. Don't you heckle
Oh,
me with your mouth full, you fat bitch. It's not my fault the kitchen's closed. Just telling them for a minute. And then dropped the mic and was like, see you later. And I left with this hot girl that I met on the fucking crawl. You know what I mean? I was like, sick. And then everybody, when I was leaving, was like, oh, sorry about that. And they were nightmares. Like, I still stood and handed out my stickers. Like, everybody else loved it. And then I woke up the next day and they were like, oh, they got 7 complaints from 60 people. That's 10% of the crowd hated me. And it was just all this one group. And the guy telling me, he's like, did you call somebody a baby reindeer? I'm just denying all of it. I'm like, nah, it wasn't me. Nah, it wasn't me. So they fired me, but they let me keep their calm. And then I just done other comedy clubs because I got those 3 hours back and I made even more money. So I was like, thank you, you fat bitches. Appreciate it. So it was fucking, you know what I mean? That's the example of how well woke it is. I gave them a reason to complain at the end, but they wanted to complain anyway. They came to the show wanting to fucking complain. I made one joke about the Stella being called a wife beater, and that was fucking it. Like I'm roasting a beer. I can't roast a beer anymore. What the fuck? So Melbourne is just woke. But I mean, who cares? I didn't give a shit. So
yeah. No, fuck them. They probably need it anyway.
that answers your question.